11:32 p.m. September 28th, 2017. My daughter's 5th birthday. The past 5 years I've been able to fake it when it comes to balancing home life and career. But we're inching into territory that I'm very happy about, obviously, but it's still a little intense. I love my children so much that I can't, I just cannot give two fucks about much else. I think about them all the time. I want, they're getting to that age where you can share the world with them, and you can explain things to them, and you can play games with them, and you can have fun with them, and I know that I'm supposed to do other things, and I want to show them what I'm capable of, and I want them to be proud of me, and I want them to see these talents I've been blessed and cursed with, because they're so fucking numerous, and I do believe you have a responsibility to share your talents. I think that there's nothing more tragic than people that hide from their talents and avoid that. Although I've not been as successful as I think my talents deserve, I certainly didn't. It isn't a product of me not trying to be. It's a product of, life fucking happens, wrong place, wrong time, not good enough in some things, too good at some things. I mean, it's just the way life happens, and I'm still going. But had I not jumped, and had I not pushed, had I been sitting in Ohio, I'd be sad. I'm still here. I'm still doing crazy shit, and it doesn't look like that's ending anytime soon. However, I would spend every second of every day playing games with my kids. Their spirit is so infectious, and how quickly they learn, and how quickly I mean, you think you heard it all, you think you've seen it all sometimes, right? And my daughter today said, I'm a whole hand. I was like, the fuck did you just say? Oh, she's 5. Ah, it's funny. That's really fucking funny. And I mean, that's really cute. Like, that's awesome. I'm a whole hand. Yeah, you fucking are. It's awesome. But I'm still stunned that it made me go, huh? Like, I'm a dumbass, so she totally got it. It took me a second. It's just, kids are wonderful. That's what's so wonderful about not being jaded. And I'm totally jaded. I'm so fucking jaded. I'm like, oh yeah, the world's gonna end. Yeah, you thought this was gonna keep going? Y'all are fucking crazy. Like, drink up. Here come the bombs. Like, I'm just so out of thinking anything positive, and if I didn't have children, holy Jesus Christ, I would literally be, I would not have any of this. I would literally be, like, backpacking and living like the apocalypse, let alone preparing for it. But because of my kids, I just want to see what they do next. And there's the moment, isn't it? My whole journey has been, as long as I want to know what happens next. the journey continues. But I meant that. What happens with me next? And I still have a little bit of that. You know, my life is it's a comic book. Like the shit I do. Fuck, the shit that happened today was my shitty ass car. I think the alternator is bad. Fucking Kenny, Jesus Christ. Obviously the computer is wrong, and it thinks there's the wrong computer and the wrong alternator. Alternator is not powerful enough, and the computer is from the wrong car, and so it thinks the engine is smaller than it is, so it doesn't give it enough gas to keep going. Blah, fucking blah. Anyway, so if there's any stop and go traffic, which never happens in LA, I was stalling every second. And now, because the alternator's bad, the batteries aren't charged, and I keep charging them for like 3 days, and it doesn't fucking matter, so maybe the batteries are bad, everything's a fucking mess. So if the car actually stalls, I can't start it. So I'm fucking stuck, and I had a gig in South Central in Compton today, and it was one of the most horrifying experiences I've ever had in my life. And I can either try to start it with a key, or I can throw it in gear and let go of the clutch, and it'll pop the clutch, will actually start the car. But doing that in stop and go traffic is really hard. And so what you end up doing is actually braking with this part of your foot, holding the clutch down, and gas with this. It becomes this bizarre. Meanwhile, you're in like the worst neighborhood. It was awful. Then again, I got there and it was a great gig, and I made a ton of money, and but coming home was awful, and I've never sweated so much in my life. My blood pressure went through the roof. Oh, and I have all these blood pressure issues because I don't breathe. My life is really fucking nuts right now. And I know I can be doing more, and I know that the second I start putting it out there and put energy towards it, once I finish this documentary, there'll be another go-around with Hats and Mini Golf, or whatever it's going to be called, and I'll get more celebrity out here, and eventually something will happen from it. But, my God, I just want to, by the way, thank you, Mikey. I just want to play Mario Odyssey with my son and my daughter. Cameron and my family loves me so much. And I know this is going to feel like a slight to other people I've been with, but they fucking understand. The love of your children is, it's just so special, and it's so, fragile. All my son wants to do is sit on my lap and be close to me, and do things with me. And all my daughter wants to do is talk to me and share things with me. And I'm silently preparing for the day when they don't want to do that, because every smart parent knows that will go away. It might come back, but if you did your job right, it'll go away. Your job is to make them self-sufficient. Your job is to make them go out and take on the world. And if you did it right, you're a phone call every month. You don't want to make them so dependent on you that they can't do it themselves. So, but God, it's fucking hard to imagine that there's going to come a day when my son or my daughter is going to choose something other than me. And it will happen. My mother is here right now, who I love dearly, and that happened to her. It'll happen to me, and it'll happen to my kids' kids. It'll happen to my kids as it goes. Um, right now, I'm the luckiest man in the world. It's my daughter's 5th birthday. And um, she's just so wonderful. And she's just so kind. And Cameron is so kind. And I'm so proud of what we put together. And how good my wife has been with them. I know she doesn't always feel like she has been. And we spend so much of our time dealing with her faults. And that isn't fair. Because you don't get any fucking, stickers for the good shit. But those kids are a testament to how hard we've worked. Sure, their genes are good, but they're so kind to each other, and they love each other so much. And it's overwhelming. And all I want to do is spend time with them. Granted, you spend time with them a couple hours, you're like, Jesus, if you guys could stop fucking screaming, and if that toy could turn off, is there a fucking off button to that? Because holy shit, that's awful. So there are certainly limits, but I do get how parents pressure single people to have children, and single people are like, fuck you, don't tell me, I'll do my own thing. And listen, if you don't want kids, believe me, that you won't be as happy as I am. I've always wanted kids. But even I, who has wanted kids literally since he was a teenager, who loved hanging out with kids, always wanted to babysit, but it was weird for boys to babysit, so I never got to do that except for like twice in my life. I just always thought kids were awesome. I always thought kids were funny. I always got a kick out of them. I think I've always been attracted to honesty. Like blatant, blunt, go fuck yourself honesty. That's what's so fucking awesome about kids. But even I am surprised at just how joyful and rewarding it is. Vienna turned 5 today. Cam is 3.7. We'll be 4 on Christmas, and it's just been such a good year, and they've just been so awesome. And from what I've heard, obviously from everybody, it just keeps getting better. It keeps getting better until it stops getting better, and then it gets better again. But it's just I'm just happier than ever, which is kind of the death knell to all dreams, like selfish dreams. But I want to show my kids that I'm what I can do, and I want them to know that you can be something beyond a mom or a dad, or even a husband and a wife. And I just think that's extremely important. So I'll keep fighting the fight, but I'll still fight the fight. Jesus Christ. Jessica's daughter sent a video to my daughter. Oh fuck, this is gonna kill me. Ooh, shit and fucking shit. We're not gonna talk about that, but it'll be pretty intense when she does eventually come out here. Zoe sent a video to Vienna to wish her happy birthday, and it's like almost too much to process because we gave us up to make this happen, and it worked. It felt like we were bullshitting at the time when I wrote those songs, and in 10 years you'll know. because you'll hold your man and your baby's eyes will heal and blah blah fucking blah. But I was right, and we were right, and we made the right choice, and thank God. It's you know, you're kind of bullshitting most of the time, and then you look back and go, fuck, man, that was exactly the right thing to do, and thank God we didn't listen to everybody. Funny thing. Anyway, I'm gonna stop this now. Finish drinking this beer. Take one more blood pressure thing. It's a long story because of my nose. An unbelievable lack of oxygen that I get, and hopefully that'll be all fixed soon. So, very happy. Life's good. Life is great. Yay, life.